Hello, friends. So, let me start today's session by asking you that how do you plan to up your intimacy game? Are you ready to go to the next level? And what is the element that you use to implore, to explore, to try out new things when you want to really work on your intimacy game? Do you know what is that element? That is fantasy, my friends. We all fantasize about something or the other. And who better to share it with than our partner? So, fantasy plays a significant role in enhancing intimacy in so many ways, but both positive and negative. And I'm going to talk about both today. So, here's a breakdown of its potential impacts. Let's talk about the positive roles of fantasy first. So, the first thing that it does is it heightens your excitement and arousal. Imaginary scenarios can add an element of novelty and excitement to your intimacy, making it more stimulating and enjoyable for both the partners. If you keep doing the same things, then it is just going to be monotonous. So, why not try something new? Think of something new and then do it with your partner. So, fantasies play a huge role in that. The second thing is it helps you to explore your desires and your fears as well. Fantasies can act as a safe space to explore your personal desires and fantasies that might be too intimidating to express directly. So, this allows for self discovery and potential communication with your partner about your preferences. Point number three, it enhances the connection and playfulness. So, sharing fantasies with your partner can foster a sense of intimacy and connection, strengthening the emotional bond. It can also introduce playful elements into the relationship, adding humor and excitement. So, say for example, you talk about your fantasies and you end up giggling and laughing, and there's that playful banter, and that just makes it a little more exciting. Point number four, it improves your performance anxiety. So, engaging in positive fantasies can boost confidence and also alleviate your performance anxiety, which also leads to a more fulfilling physical experience. So you can get rid of that performance anxiety just by exploring these fantasies and trying different things. Point number five, it boosts your emotional connection. So some fantasies involve deeper emotional connections and also vulnerability. So that helps to create a sense of intimacy and emotional closeness with each other. Now, there are some negative factors also to fantasy. So let's be aware of that. I'm not saying that don't fantasize. Please do. It can really add a spark to your relationship. But just be aware of these negative aspects as well and keep them in mind. So, the first thing is unreal expectations. Your fantasies can run anywhere, right? They can go very wild. So, placing excessive emphasis on unrealistic fantasies can lead to disappointment and dissatisfaction with real life intimacy, which may not match the imagined scenarios. So, don't go completely unrealistic. Try and do things which are possible, and that can help. The second thing is it could lead to communication issues. So, if your fantasies are not communicated openly and honestly with your partner, then they can create misunderstandings and also potential resentment. So, just express your fantasy very clearly to your partner. What is it that you are willing to do? And work with a compromise in mind, like a common ground. What is possible, what is not possible, so that there is no miscommunication that happens. Point number three, it could lead to addiction and compulsion, which is a red flag, my friends. So, excessive reliance on fantasies to fulfill your sexual needs can actually lead to addiction and detachment from real life intimacy. Those fantasies are something that you enable once in a while. Always you don't live in that world. So don't make it an addiction. Don't think that, okay, that is the only way to be intimate with your partner, and that can become a problem. So stay aware of that fact. Point number 4, unhealthy power dynamics. So some fantasies could involve harmful power dynamics or unethical practices that should not be pursued in real life. So please be very careful. It is not a power game that I'm going to have control over my partner. That is not what fantasies are all about. It is about exploring and having fun. It is not about who is more powerful. So please be careful about this factor. And point number 5, comparison and insecurity can happen. So comparing oneself to idealized figures in fantasies can lead to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity, which can impact your self esteem and also potentially affect your relationship. So don't believe everything that you see. A lot of it is performance. So if you are building up your fantasy by watching someone else do it, then they are not ideal. So don't think that you are less because you're not able to do that. Don't compare yourself, your fantasies, your dreams to anyone else's. These are the red flags. So be careful about that. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Don't think it is a power game. Don't get addicted to it. Communicate your needs properly and don't be unreal. Do things which are possible with your partner. Fantasies can be a valuable tool to enhance your intimacy if approached in a healthy and balanced way. Open communication with your partner about fantasies, setting realistic expectations, and prioritizing real life connections are crucial to maximizing the positive effects and minimizing the potential downsides. So always keep this in mind that communication is key. Openly discuss your fantasies with your partner while respecting boundaries. Focus on the positive and mutually enjoyable scenarios. Prioritize your real life intimacy, don't compromise on that, and work on your connection over the fantasy. And also seek professional help if you are struggling with unhealthy fantasy dependence or communication difficulties. It's okay to always ask for help. So that's all, my friends. I hope you are going to take some of these things home and fantasize about them and have a beautiful experience with your partner. So I shall see you again tomorrow. Do join me and we shall connect on another issue or another subject, another interesting conversation about intimacy, sex, relationships, and sexual education. So, till then, take care.